Good morning, everybody, and welcome back to Wishwell Farms. Today we're going to be transplanting greenhouse number 5. It's not the best weather outside to be moving plants, so I'm actually going to have to back a box truck up to the starter house where I'm standing at right now to move those plants into the box truck down to our final greenhouse. Feels good to finally know we're going to have all of our transplanting for our greenhouses done for 2024. Well, I take that back. I do have these little plants here. These are determinants, same plants we plant in our field. Those are going to be going in the coconut core slabs in the grape greenhouse, right beside our grape tomatoes. Kind of a little experiment to see how they perform. They're in 50 count trays. I'm going to put those root balls into 4-inch rockwool slabs to see how they do. But that's for another day. Today, we need to get these plants that are over a foot tall, perfect size for transplanting, moved down to the greenhouse and put in their new homes. Whew, it is nasty today. A complete change from yesterday. It's not real cold, it's like 57 degrees, but it's windy and misty, cloudy. Not a good day to move plants. Wish I would have done this yesterday. It was beautiful. So here's the little house, our final greenhouse to transplant today. And in the last video, I replaced this heater and got this greenhouse all ready. If you want to see that video, I will link it in the description below. First thing we got to do is check all these drippers. Hopefully there's not too many of them plugged up. Move the plants over here, and then we'll start setting them in the Bato buckets. And I did not think I was going to have to turn the heater on, but I think I will. It's definitely below 60, maybe right at 60 degrees. Let's see. Oh, 56. Yeah, we're going to definitely have to turn the heater on. Fortunately, the heating season is just about over. I had all my propane tanks filled yesterday, and it might be the final filling of the year. Now that we're getting these warmer nights and obviously warmer days, more sunshine, it takes far less propane to heat all these greenhouses. So, and it doesn't take much to heat this greenhouse because it's only 21 feet wide instead of 30. So far less propane to heat this greenhouse, mainly because it's small and also because it's the last one planted in the season, so no cold winter weather to have to heat through. All right, let's go get these plants loaded up and brought down to their new home. I guess I better double check everything to make sure it works. Sounds like the heater's working good. Fan jet's working. I can see a blue flame in there, so she's lit. And we have heat. All right, back out here in the little house where we're getting ready to transplant in a little bit. One final job that I'm working on before I have my 2 employees come out to help is getting these feeder lines to have the drippers facing up. So look at this one here. See how the dripper lines and the hoses are all falling to the right? No matter what I do, they want to flop to one side or the other. And the only way you can correct that is going down the row and turning half of them to the left and half of them to the right. They're all kind of wanting to stay in the middle or to one side. And for some reason in this house, even after I've done the correction, it still wants to flop. It's almost like I need some kind of anchoring pin system to hold this darn thing in place. But I already did this one. It's staying pretty straight, but it still wants to flop to one side. It's almost like the white line is twisted somewhat down the row. Anyway, I'll get these all fixed, and then we have some stakes that have gotten ripped off or missing. We got some tubing we got to pop back on some of these drippers, but a lot of that will be done as we're putting the drippers in the 4-inch rockwool cubes after we transplant. We'll turn the water on and we'll check each dripper as we put it in the plant. And if there's a problem with it, I'll replace it at that time. All right, we have all of our Torero plants brought in, and this year we're using these very strange blocks that are about a 4x6, it looks like, with 2 plants in each one. I've never used these before, but I ran out of the 4-inch cubes and this was all I had on hand. And as long as both plants are good, it's no big deal. But if you have one bad plant on one side and one good plant on the other side, that would kind of stink. You wouldn't be able to use it. So we're wiggling in the cube into the perlite so the roots get anchored in well, and then giving the bamboo stakes a little shove to help hold the plants in place on a windy day. So I didn't think I'd really like these 4x6 cubes, but these are pretty nice. They go in quick, and as long as you have 2 good plants in each one, I rather like them. Probably more than the other cubes. This variety is Torero. And then the variety we're planting in the other half of the greenhouse is Geronimo. We're short, aren't we? Yeah. Oh no, you got 2 more back there. 2 more plants. Yeah, we'll just steal 1 from one of your buckets so they're all together. So this is all I'm going to show on the transplanting process in here, because I have numerous other videos showing this already in our other 4 greenhouses. So if you're interested in seeing the entire transplanting process, I will link those videos down in the description box below. Well, we finally got our greenhouse completely transplanted. There was just one problem. We had a ton of plugged up drippers. By far our worst greenhouse of the 5. So I don't know what the problem was. I thought I had soaked it in oxidate, which kind of breaks up all the mineral deposits, fertilizer deposits, and residue that just builds up and plugs up the drippers, but apparently I did not. And it's too late to do it now because I already have plants in here and they need water today. So there's no time to run and oxidate, soak overnight, and try to flush them out tomorrow. So I think I probably replaced 20 to 30 drippers on every row. It was horrible. I actually still have 1 row to do here. Yeah, and this one is loaded. There's at least 30 I got to do here. But as soon as I get those replaced, it'll take about 10 minutes. This greenhouse will be done. It'll all be set up on a timer and fully automated, and won't be much to do in here until it's time to drop the strings and start sucker pruning. So tomorrow I have about 5 interviews. Tomorrow's Saturday, and that seems to be the easiest time to get high schoolers to come to the farm for an interview. I'm hoping to get the hiring completely wrapped up. I'm pretty sure I'm going to hire all 5 of these kids that are coming out tomorrow, but I like to meet them, explain to them a little more in detail about what's going on, what they can expect, just to make sure it's going to be a good fit for our farm and for them. So I'm looking forward to having that done, because I don't particularly like doing interviews anymore. I don't think I ever have liked doing them. You know, I've probably hired over 300 kids over the last 25 years, and it doesn't get any more enjoyable after doing it this long. Still a pain in the butt, but it's one of those necessary evils of produce farming. Alrighty folks, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it, and I will see you again real soon down on the farm.